to Keeping It Krystal Clear. I'm your host, Krystal Yaden, better known as Krystal with a K. I'm always on the move in my city, so let me share with you some of the happenings in the city where there's anything from sweetgrass baskets to Benny wafers, and the Gullah Geechee culture to that good old Lowcountry shrimp and grits, in the city that has been deemed to be the #1 city, the holy city of Charleston, South Carolina. Welcome to a special Keeping It Krystal Clear segment of All Eyes on You. Today I'm here with Katie Dahlheim, someone who absolutely loves to serve her community. And through the Lowcountry Blessing Box project, she is doing just that. So, Katie, what exactly is the Lowcountry Blessing Box project?
A Blessing Box is a food donation site for non-perishable food items, and so they're just very simple boxes, and they're located throughout the Lowcountry. The idea is very easy. It's just leave what you can and take what you need. So it's all anonymous. It's all food. Some small toiletry items like hotel soaps and shampoos and things like that. Diapers, baby formula, anything that's not going to go bad because it's going to be out in the Lowcountry heat, and anything that would be a blessing to other people is welcome in the boxes.
Great, that sounds awesome. So when exactly did this box project kick off?
So in February, I think, of this year, I read an article about some other folks that were doing this in other parts of the country, and they were doing boxes just at their homes, and I thought it was such a fabulous idea, and I wanted to do it, but I live in a cul-de-sac and nobody is coming by my house by accident, so I thought that if I could find other people who live in more appropriate locations to put boxes at their homes or business or churches, then I could still participate and spread it throughout the Lowcountry, and that was my idea.
Okay, so you said other people are already kind of doing this, but obviously the name is specific to Charleston because we call it the Lowcountry. So why the name? So
other areas call it Little Free Pantries. They're similar to the idea of a Little Free Library. So this was not an original idea of mine. They do this all over. But in the South, we like to bless things. So I liked the idea of blessing boxes, and so they're Lowcountry Blessing Box Project.
That makes a whole lot of sense. So what was your inspiration for creating this project down here in Charleston?
Well, as I said, I read about other folks doing it, and I thought that was such a great idea. And especially the time of year after the election season, everything was very polarized, and I just felt there was so much anger and angst in the world, and I just wanted to do something where it was very easy for people to spread kindness to their neighbors, and they didn't have to really go out of their way to do it. It's things that if you're at the grocery store, you pick up a few more extra items and you drop them off in the box, things like that. And it's completely anonymous, and that's my favorite part because nobody has to come in and prove that they need something. If you feel like you need it, you can go take it, and nobody's going to ever question how many items you took or if you took all the items or anything like that, and I think that's the best part.
That's awesome. So leave what you can, take what you need. That's the mantra that's kind of written on each box. Elaborate on that for me.
Yes, and I love the simplicity of it because one of the most common questions that I've been asked since I started doing this is, what if one person comes and steals everything? Which is crazy because you can't steal things that are free, but I understand where that comes from. People will say, well, how do you know that the people taking it need it? And I said, well, it doesn't matter. If you go buy 3 bags of rice and you put them in the box, you're not going to come back later that week for your rice. Like, you don't know where it goes. And it doesn't matter. You're giving it to whoever is coming for it, whether it's one person taking everything or if it's, and I don't know how many people are taking or leaving. There's no way to keep track. We have no idea if it's widespread or not, and there's no way for us to know, and I like that.
Okay. So, I know you said that all of these boxes are spread all throughout the Lowcountry, anywhere from, I guess, West Ashley to North Charleston to Mounts Corner. How many boxes are there currently? So
there are currently 13 operating right now. We have more built that are coming soon. So we have a few that are just needing to have locations. We have a few that have locations, but I haven't finished the boxes. 2 of them are in my garage that need to be painted. And then I have another one this week that I'm going to be working with the City of Charleston. The mayor's office has a youth program, and they're going to build one this week on Wednesday for the east side, for downtown. And so I'm very excited about that. So there are 13 that are up. There are 1 that's going to be built this week, and then there are 5 more that will be coming soon. So
That's a lot of boxes.
It's a
So how much does it cost to basically build one of these boxes?
So the first 4, the way that I started the project was I built 4 of them. One of them was came from my friend's barn. It was like a toolbox and had a glass door, and so I just sort of fixed it up and painted it and put a sticker on it, and that was all that one really needed. That one ended up downtown on the crosstown on Ashley Avenue. And then the other 3 that I did initially were either given to me or I bought at the Habitat store, and they were kitchen cabinets that I just put a roof on so that they could be out in the rain for longer. They're obviously not going to be forever, but they're holding up. And so those initial 4 is how I got the project started, and then I created the Facebook page, and then people just started coming out of nowhere and offering to help. So it's been amazing, the growth in just such a short time. So after I did those first 4, we had some folks that either anonymously built them or some groups that built them. We had a Girl Scout troop that built one. We had kids at a summer camp that built one. And so some of the boxes that are out, some of the 13, I didn't really have any part in other than to mail them a decal and put them on the list. A couple of them are at churches, and they built them on their own, and they just sort of reached out to me and said, we're here, add us to your list. So I didn't build all of them or even have a part in some of them. My friend Aisha actually built one before I even put the first one out. Hers is the blue one on our Facebook page. Everybody loves the blue blessing box. Hers is a little free pantry. And so hers is on Bolton Street. So that one I just added to the list because really it's just a network throughout the Lowcountry of locations. And as I said, they're all different. So after that initial group, we had a construction day on June 4th, and we had some donors who gave us money, and we had some donors who gave us supplies. A friend of mine builds cabinets for a living, and he volunteered and brought some of his friends, and we built 8 of them that day. So, yes, okay. But the 8 that we built are all heavy exterior wood, treated wood, and they're going to last a long time. So I hope.
So I guess there's really no average cost because people have just been jumping in and kind of helping out there. So can people request one to be in their area if they feel like, hey, it's in, I don't know, Monk's Corner, but I don't have one over here and I feel like there's a need. Can people do that? So up until now, that's a lot of how they've been placed is that people have contacted me and they've said, I live in Ardmore, we could use a box. And so that's how the one ended up where it is over in West Ashley in the Ardmore neighborhood. And Dorchester Wayland, same thing. At this point, we will have 20 soon that are done, and so I feel like we are not going to build any for a while, just because we need to maintain the ones that we've already built. But if somebody is interested in one and they want to contact me, I have kind of an array of folks that have volunteered to do different things. So I'm happy to put the people who want to build one in touch with the people who want to have one in their neighborhood, and things like that. I have a church in Somerville that is asking to build one, but they don't have a place to put it right now. So things like that keep happening. So I feel like not directly, they're not going to contact me and I'm going to be able to supply it, but there, like I said, are enough people who want to participate and be helpful that I can hook them up and they can get together and make that happen. Which is really, really good. It's like community service networking. That's kind of what it is. So, how big do you see this project getting? Do you see it spreading all across the nation? I know it's already in some other states, just in a different way, where it's not called the Lowcountry Blessing Box Project. But how big do you see this getting?
I think that the idea is so simple, just to spread kindness to people in your community. I hope that it catches on everywhere because I think we could all use a little bit more kindness in the world. But if you had asked me in March if I would be sitting here talking to you about 20 boxes, I certainly would have said no. So I have no idea.
Okay. Well, we hope that it does spread across the nation because there's always people in need, and I think any way you can bless them, you should always try. Absolutely. So how do people donate to you or to the boxes to the project? How do they do that?
So on our Facebook page, we have a master list of all the locations, and I'm constantly keeping it updated. So if you have food items that you want to donate, you would just take them to one of the boxes, whichever one is near you or wherever you feel like you want to participate, and you just leave whatever items you want to leave in there. So this is not, the idea of the boxes is not to replace any of the programs that are out there. This is not going to replace WIC or food stamps or anything that the government has set up for folks that are in need. The idea is more to help people with food insecurity. So at the end of the month, if you have, you're waiting for your paycheck and you just need to get through until that comes, this is a way to pick up enough things to make your kids' lunches for the week. Or if, you have an unexpected medical bill or your car breaks down, things like that. And that's more where I see this coming in instead of like a consistent way to help people.
Okay, so basically it's an additional help type system, which is really, really good. So what advice would you give to someone who is trying to give back to their community in any type of way based on, I guess, what you basically went through with starting the Lowcountry Blessing Box project?
I would say just do whatever small step it is to just get started, because after that, you will find more help than you ever imagined. I've had so many people that I've met through this that have just been such a blessing to me personally in my life that I would have never met before, without doing this. So, and I think that that is so special. And I think if you just take whatever the baby steps are, other folks will catch up with you and they'll kick in and you'll get there. Because I think everybody is inherently good and inherently, not everybody, but most people are inherently kind. And sometimes they just need an idea to give them something, to do. And I think it's great for kids to get involved. I have had a couple times that I've found like handwritten notes or pictures in the boxes from kids that just say, have a good day or things like that. And I think that's just such a nice way to get kids into it too, because I think that's important too, to teach our kids to be kind.
That's very important. I try to do that as much opportunity that I have. I do try to teach kids to be kind and respect one another, because somebody's going to have to do it. So lastly, how can we contact you? How can we reach you on social media?
So the Facebook page is Lowcountry Blessing Box Project. We are on Twitter, and it is at CHS, like Charleston, CHS Blessing Box is our Twitter handle. And then that's our email address as well, chsblessingbox@gmail.com. And that's the best way to get in touch with us and get the most up to date, because as I said, it's always changing. We have 5 more that will be coming out soon and 1 more that we're building this week. So I keep that list current, so it has all the locations.
I am so excited for the Lowcountry Blessing Box project. Y'all give, donate, hit them up on the Facebook page. If you see a box, leave what you can, take what you need. Okay, thank you so much for joining us today, Katie.
Thank you.
Remember, you never know who's watching, because all eyes might just be on you. Before you start giving to the Lowcountry Blessing Box project, be sure you know the donation guidelines as listed on the screen. To stay connected with the Lowcountry Blessing Box project, email them at chsblessingbox@gmail.com, visit their Facebook page at Lowcountry Blessing Box Project, Twitter page at CHS Blessing Box, or call 843-737-2517. That's 843-737-2517. A special thank you goes to our business partner, Terrence Antonio Productions. For more information about Terrence Antonio Productions, visit tapcharleston.com, email them at info@terrenceantonio.com, or call 843-718-3585. That's 843-718-3585. Another special thank you goes to our show sponsor, Wigiro Productions, bringing your vision to the world. You can contact them at wigiro@gmail.com or call 843-324-5814. Do you want to sponsor Keeping It Krystal Clear? Well, contact us today at krystalclearproductions1@gmail.com or call 843-608-9416. That's 843-608-9416. Remember, if you give to others, a blessing will be returned to you. I'm your host, Krystal Yaden, better known as Krystal with a K. Remember to get out there and see your city. Thank you for watching Keeping It Krystal Clear. See you next time.